So the reason we're here today is because this is a program that needs to be saved. This is a program that needs to be invested in. This is a program that needs to be expanded, not shut down.
My name's Joe Davis. I've been a laborer for 34 years. This high school program was an idea I had probably 20 years ago. Well, whenever Griffin and I started working on this program, we actually went and spoke with board members that's on our training board and explained to them why we thought this was a good program, why we thought it would be a benefit to the laborers union as a whole.
The benefit I see from this program is when these kids come out, they're already trained, and these contractors are taking advantage of that and grabbing these kids up, where our other apprentices are struggling for their year, which everyone knows when you come into the apprenticeship, you're going to struggle to find a home for a year and a half, 2 years. These guys are already coming in. Contractors are picking up. They like that they know what a mag is and a form, and they could tell them, go to the trailer and get a concrete rake, and they actually know what that stuff is.
The quality I get out of the men and women coming out of the programs is that we don't have to concentrate so much on being professional in the field. They know the PPEs, what to wear. We don't have to go through a lot of the training them on that kind of aspect. That stuff saves us a lot of time out in the field trying to teach them the trade, so we don't have to keep going over all that stuff that they learn. The information, education they get out of the program just helps us as contractors, get them working at a journeyman skills.
So this program is very relative for our students, because when they get done with this program, they've already got the training and the skills needed to go right onto a laborer's job and to be successful, to make a contractor money.
I think that this apprenticeship is honestly the best thing that could happen to most people. Everything that I've learned here, whether I use it for the laborers until I'm 60 or I use it until I'm 40, wanting to run my own business, everything that I've learned here and the people that have taught me, I will never forget them, and I will always know how to work for myself.
I wasn't really heading in a good direction in high school. I was getting in trouble. I was almost just about to give up. School, the work for me, I just wasn't caring. Like when I first was getting into this program, I was kind of wanting out. I was getting a little bit of trouble, but Joe Davis himself kept me in there and helped me. And my senior year was a big turnaround, and I knew as soon as I graduated I was going to become a laborer, and I was going to do it for the rest of my life, and I am loving it right now. I'm absolutely loving it.
The students that come out of our program, when they go to work for local contractors, they, I feel, have a step ahead of new apprentices coming into our regular apprenticeship program, because they've already had every class of our apprenticeship while they're in high school. So they go to a job and they've already learned what to do in almost any situation.
When I first got on, working, the contractors knew I already had some experience already in this kind of work. And they really did appreciate that. They didn't have to sit there and train me and tell me what to do. They were help me when I needed it, and I helped them. Even with me being an apprentice, I still knew what to do.
One of the questions that we had do currently have on our interview sheet is, what classes did you take in high school that would be related to the trade? Well, people would say, yeah, I took math, I took geometry. I said, what about shop classes? Did you have any shop classes while you were in high school? We don't have shop at my school. This gives young people an opportunity to learn those skills while they're in high school. They come here, they learn the skills to be a laborer, they learn some life skills while we're here. The camaraderie that these students have with each other is amazing.
The foundation that these kids are learning in high school, and then coming back and then continuing on with the 773 apprenticeship, just makes so much sense. They're getting more education, they're getting more knowledge. Their work ethic is always better that we've seen with the ones that we've gotten out of the high school program.
We've had our program, the numbers each year that we get, we have an application process, and every year since that first year, we're getting more applications, more interest from the students than we have slots for that we can actually be able to accept and be able to train these students safely. And every year that number keeps going up, and we can still only fit so many students and be able to run it, once again, safely and productively. So the idea is, let's do more. Let's grow the program. Let's bring on more people to be able to teach these students, and let's get more opportunities for high school students in Southern Illinois to be able to get a good job, to be able to work with their hands, and to be successful after high school.
The return on this program is not just from the people going through the program, but right now we have at least 2 people that have been through the program that are laborers, that their fathers and stepfathers have come into the apprenticeship. Once they seen how their kids were prospering from being a laborer, then they decided that they wanted to join. Our rate of people staying in is better than the rate of people staying in the apprenticeship program right now. It seems like we lose apprentices as fast as we take them in. But these high school students, once they complete our program and they come into the apprenticeship program, they're sticking with it.
This union, this program, these kids, when times are tough in Southern Illinois, they can take the skills that they've learned here. They can take the membership card that they have here, and they can work anywhere in the country. If they need to go work a pipeline job somewhere for 10 months because there isn't work at home, they've got that option. They can feed their families. They can provide insurance. They can build their pension. They can build their annuity. Our best and brightest are leaving this area because they're told that's what they have to do to have an opportunity. We have opportunities here. This is an opportunity here.
If this program shuts down, you're going to have young people that are not going to get the opportunity to learn a living wage. Isn't that what being a union's about?
2 of my good buddies that was in the class with me and went through it that just also graduated, they were both planning on dropping out. They both say still today that if it wasn't for this class, they wouldn't be here. They would have dropped out. They don't know where they'd be. They'd end up in jail. They'd end up working at a fast food for the rest of their life.
Like me, if they shut down the program I was in, I don't know what I'd have done. I've been done. Maybe try to work some side jobs or something. But, if they would have shut that down when I was in high school, they would have, let me down and let all the people that helped me. They would let my parents down, my teachers down, my superintendents down, the instructors, everyone in our union would have been upset.
I think that without this program, I probably wouldn't have near the experience or the drive to work like I do right now. I'd rather go make $60,000 a year starting out right now than go to college and pay $60,000 a year and worry about 4 years from now trying to make enough money to pay bills and pay back my loans. I'd rather just go make money. I think if you take that away, it's going to be probably the biggest decision that you would have made that was the downfall of Southern Illinois.
We as laborers are constantly talking about how we're going to help our community. This is helping our community. We need this program. It is beneficial to these young people.
I just want to thank everyone that in this program, the teachers, instructors, everyone, the higher ups for this program. They gave me a shot in life. I just hope that this program will keep going, get these kids involved. Hopefully they will become successful.
To have the money and not want to use it for this, it seems ridiculous to me. We have to invest in our youth.
They're here. They're already learning. They're already figuring out what it takes to keep things successful. And that's just part of our mission here. It says it on our building. Who can I help today? That's not just a slogan. That's something we believe in.